We saw how we can list all patients on a FHIR server. So now this is just a subset of what you can do with search in general. And in this lesson, we'll take a look at how you can search patients on your FHIR server. To learn more about FHIR, we just released an entire course on FHIR and it's completely free. You can just go to our website, and then I'll also put a link down below. You can enroll in this course for free today. So if you go to the patient resource and then just scroll all the way down, you'll see all of the different search parameters that the patient resource supports. So in this case, let's pick something, for example, name, and then we could just add a question mark after patient and then say name equals Sidharth, and it will only give me patients who are named Sidharth. Right, so I got Sidharth Ramesh, multiple of Sidharth Rameshes. I have tried this multiple times before the course. So let's again go back. Let's try something else. So we have birth date, for example. And again, note that the name of the search parameter may not always equal the name of the field. So here you see what exact data point it represents in the patient resource. In this case, it's birth date, but then this is a capital D and this is a small d. And for example, patient.address.use is represented using the search parameter address-use, right? So it may not always be the same. Now, if you look at the type here, it says date, and this is quite important because that determines what kind of operations you can do with this. So let's say we want to do birth date. So let's do birth date equals 1997. So we got all of the patients with birth date of 1997. So we can see that 1997, 11/11. Same here, 1997, 11/11. So what if you want patients who are older than 1997, right? So you want anyone lesser than 1997. So in that case, you can actually look at the date, click on that, and it should tell you all of the different other things that you can do. So you can do equal to a date, you can do not equal to a date, you can do less than, you can do greater than. So in this case, let's actually do LT 1997. So that should give us all patients who are lesser than the date of birth of 1997. So we got 1977, we got John Powderly, which is 1969, and we got Taylor Swifty with 1969. So we got all sorts of people here. Yeah. So along with the search parameters that are documented at the bottom of a resource, you also have a bunch of common search parameters. So you have things like last updated, ID, and a bunch of other things that are just common for every single resource. Now, there are also search modifiers. So for example, let's say I wanted to get a list of all females on the FHIR server. So let's say I just want to do gender equals female. So I got all of the females on the FHIR server. And let's say I want to sort them by birth date, right? I want to see who the oldest female is on this FHIR server. I can just do birth date, and I can actually do underscore sort and then say birth date, right? So now this will give me the oldest available, patient with, let's see here, gender female, and birth date is 1908. Now again, this is a way of combining multiple search parameters. You can also add more in here. So let's see this name, again, it's Jane. So if I also say and name equals Jane, then I only get 14 patients. Again, there is 14 patients with name Jane. But again, you can use this with other fields as well. So you can say, for example, give me all females and sort them by last updated. So, and I'm actually doing minus last updated. So this will give me the most recent. Okay, it's probably it's underscore last updated. Yeah. So we got underscore last updated. And so this gives me the patient who was last updated, right? And again, we got a female. And again, here again, we have Sarah Johnson, who's a female. And this patient was last updated on 28 of this month, which was just day before yesterday. So you could use all of this together and get the subset of patients that you are looking for. Now, search is again quite an extensive topic. We just covered the the tip of the iceberg on what you can do. I will leave a lot more resources down below, and if you want to actually understand search in depth, I really recommend looking at the FHIR specs on the search page, right? You have almost everything you need, but it's quite extensive. I also have other videos that talk about different aspects of search. But if you want to just start searching a patient, it's again just a GET request. So you can also do this on the browser, and all of the search parameters apply, and you're able to get the patients that you're looking for. Now, this applies for every single FHIR resource.